Alright guys, good morning everyone. I am back again. It's been a while. I came back to making videos just this last week and I decided I'll make another video today in this beautiful morning outside. Nice sunny day and whatnot. And today's a really good day just to talk about all of the W's that Nintendo has been taking for the last month. I mean, it's just been win after win after win. Pokemon Piccopia being the biggest win. That game has been selling like crazy. It's still like the highest rated it's the best reviewed game so far of the year. I mean, it has a better score than Resident Evil 9 Requiem, which is a really awesome game. It's a game that I love. Really awesome game. Probably one of the best third-party games that I have played besides Cyberpunk 2077. So yeah, I highly recommend that game. But Pokemon Piccopia is apparently doing better. I think it might be outselling Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Don't forget, to all you clowns out there who, you'll probably point at some physical sales or some sales on Famitsu, sales on VG charts. Nintendo does not report the sales of any of their digital sales whatsoever. So games that, like, all the sales that they have that people buy, digitally of their games or whatever, Nintendo does not report that whatsoever. The only thing they report on is their physical sales. So all of these other games out here, I mean, Donkey Kong Bonanza is another perfect example. That game may have sold 10 million total by now. Kirby Air Riders could have sold maybe 7 million by now. We don't know. They probably sold that much physically. Who knows? But yeah, Pokemon Piccopia, that's got to be one of the biggest victories Nintendo has had this year so far. The game is selling very well. This is a game that the internet wasn't really raving about that much. And again, that just kind of shows you that the internet is out of touch with the rest of the world, with the general population. So that's a game that's doing very well, despite it not getting huge praise. And I think I saw a video from Spawnwave. Yeah, I saw a video from Spawnwave where he was like, I was wrong about Pokemon Piccopia, and he was basically talking about how it was a game he didn't care about, he didn't think it was going to be anything fun, and now he's just in love with the game. It's a game that, he highly recommends. So many people have said that about this game, Pokemon Piccopia, and it's so funny because, again, it's a video game that doesn't even look photorealistic or anything like that. It doesn't have photorealistic graphics. It doesn't have super impressive graphics. That fucking idiot, Doc Trey 81, that stupid ass, he was telling people to boycott the game because, it's a game key card and, it doesn't even look like a good game. It looks like a mobile game. So basically, he's no different than your typical graphics whore, All he cares about is third-party games. All he cares about is beautiful graphics and all this other crap that doesn't matter. But funny enough, his little stupid boycott didn't work. And, all the people who are crying about this game being a game key card, guess what? It's one of the best-selling games. In certain regions, they didn't have enough stock, so I think they sold out completely. And they're having to probably, ramp up on those. I mean, they got to hurry up and do that because apparently this game is selling out in many places and people really want this game, so they just got to keep bringing more out there. Of course, people are going to say, that's just what they call it, like artificial scarcity. They're only putting a small amount out there so it could sell out and people could be like, this game's selling out, I need it. Yeah, I don't think that's what's happening. This is a game, that not a lot of people were raving about on the internet. Okay, but look, there's a lot of people out there who are Pokemon fans, Animal Crossing fans, Stardew Valley fans, Minecraft fans. This game appeals to so many people, so it's no wonder it's selling very well, and it might end up being one of the best-selling Pokemon games ever. It might end up outselling Animal Crossing in its lifetime. Animal Crossing is close to hitting 50 million sales total. Pokemon Piccopia is probably going to outdo them. And in a very short amount of time, who knows? But that's one really big victory. Another big victory that Nintendo has gotten is Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. So that's another Pokemon game right there. 2 Game Boy Pokemon games that they released for $20 that you could buy digitally for $20. Stupid people on the internet crying about it. It's like, you got to be kidding me. Suddenly, they give us a game that's not locked to the NSO. You don't have to pay $50 a year to play it. Nope, you could just pay $20 and have the game permanently. But nope, that wasn't good enough. No, instead that's just wrong. They should have put it on the NSO. But anyways, both of these games have been the best-selling games on the eShop. The best-selling games on the eShop. So that's pretty damn good. I mean, considering what other games they have on the eShop available, these have been the best-selling games digitally right now. So it makes me wonder how many people have gotten these games. Probably more than 10 million each. I don't know. But that's just another good victory right there. You know, a game that they were able to just port to the Nintendo Switch 2, not really do much work. It's not like they have to, because it's their damn product. They could just sell it again. See, people had this really stupid idea, this logic that they're not allowed to do that, or they shouldn't. They should just give us the game for dirt cheap or free because, well, they didn't do anything with it. Like, they didn't actually remaster it. They didn't, you know, there's no physical copies, this and that. They didn't do anything. They didn't make any changes. All they did was take a game that they simply already own, that's already in their archive, and they gave it to us digitally. Therefore, you know, they're very greedy, and that's wrong. Well, here's the thing, idiots. It's their freaking product. They created it, all right? They made it, so they get to charge whatever the hell they want to charge for it. And does anybody cry about artists who sell their artwork and they continue to sell their artwork even after it's sold, like, I don't know, millions of copies or something? Like, I don't hear people crying about that. There's artists out there who make art, right? And that's way less work than what these game developers do making these video games. But there's artists out there, I mean, they're gonna charge you for their artwork, even if you get it digitally. And it doesn't, like, it's not like they're putting more work into it. No, they've already done the work. They've done all their little painting, whatever they did. They created the artwork, and now they're charging for it. And they're going to continue to charge it because it's their fucking product. They made it, and they get to do that. And I don't hear a lot of people crying about that, but it's like, for some reason, video game companies and developers, oh no, how dare they charge us for this product that they made? You know, just because they probably already made $1 billion off of it many years ago, they don't have the right to just, you know, port it to the Switch 2 and make money off of it again. It's like, no, actually they have every right. It's their creation, it's their product. They get to charge for it. So yeah, you guys can shut up about that. But yeah, that was a very big victory right there. That was really awesome to see how, despite fake outrage over that, it did very well. Another bit of news I want to talk about is apparently the Nintendo Switch 2 is actually up. It's beating the original Nintendo Switch by 45% when it comes to sales. So it's outperforming the original Nintendo Switch by 45%. Now, I don't have all the details and information about this. I'm just going to be honest. While I was working, I just saw a thumbnail from what's-his-face, Nintendo Prime or whatever, and I listened to the video a little bit, and yeah, apparently that's what's been happening. That's what he reported, that the Nintendo Switch 2 is basically outperforming the original Nintendo Switch by 45%. So that's pretty cool to see. It's cool to see that, you know, the Nintendo Switch 2 is outperforming the best-selling video game console of all time, because that's what the Nintendo Switch is. It is the best-selling video game console ever. There's no doubt about that. So yeah, that's another big victory right there. How about the fact that Mario Kart World still has, like, what, a 90% attachment rate to the Nintendo Switch 2? It's still selling extremely well. There's no bundle anymore. They pretty much are done with the Mario Kart bundle, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, the fact that that game is still selling millions and millions and millions of copies shows that weak-ass boycott did not work. People kept trying to say, oh, well, the reason the game's selling well is because of the bundle. No. that's not the only reason, and you can't really use that excuse anymore because the game continues to sell very well. It continues to be one of the best-selling games. It continues to be in like the top 5 of best-selling games like every week in certain regions. I believe in both Japan and in the UK, it's been like in the top 5 like consistently for a while. So yeah, that game is selling very well despite people acting like it's not a good game. Despite all of the clowns who were trying to say that Sonic Racing Cross Worlds was a better game. No, it's not. No, it's not. And the sales reflect that. And don't try to give me this BS at all. That doesn't mean anything. You know, lots of people buy Justin Bieber CDs and listen to his music. I'm like, shut up. That's just so stupid. You know, such a dumb, weak argument that people like to make. But yeah. Yeah, like people always make these stupid arguments. Oh, Taylor Swift albums sell very well, doesn't matter. You know, it's like, dude, shut up. We're not talking about Taylor Swift. We're not talking about music. All right, we're talking about video games here. And that piece of crap, you know, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, it's not doing well at all. I think they've only sold maybe 1 million, and even the developer of the game came out and straight up said, yeah, we're disappointed in ourselves so far. And it's like, yeah, well, it's your fault. You know, you shot yourself in the foot by running your stupid mouth and pissing off Nintendo fans, you know? For some reason, I don't know why, they had this really dumb and strange idea that talking a bunch of crap and then doing the whole, you know, Sega does what Nintendo was going to really go over well with Nintendo fans. Like, they somehow thought that the people who were crying about Mario Kart World were Nintendo fans, and that they thought that by talking crap about Mario Kart World, they were going to win them over. And it's like, no, like the people online, most of those people are stupid multi-console owners, grifters. They're just a bunch of fake YouTubers. And then you have the typical Nintendo haters who pretend to be Nintendo fans, who, you know, do that just so they can crap on Nintendo products. And it seems like Sega was actually stupid enough to think that, you know, they were appealing to Nintendo fans, and to think that Nintendo fans were the ones who were trashing on this game, on Mario Kart World. When in reality, it wasn't. It was just a bunch of pretendos. And now, I think because they went that direction, they decided to, you know, cater to these stupid, obnoxious Nintendo haters and these pretendos. You know, I think a lot of Nintendo fans were like, all right, well, screw you, screw your Sonic racing game. We're not getting that. We're not playing that game at all. So go F. And that's pretty much, I think, what happened. You know, they really shot themselves in the foot by doing that. What they could have done was give Nintendo and Mario Kart World the respect they deserve, give them some praise, and be like, hey, all you Mario Kart fans out there, you excited for another racing game? We got another cool racing game. You know, this one's more similar to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you know, because it's going to have a bunch of different crossover characters. They could have done something like that. They could have done something like, hey, like we have a pretty good alternative to the other big racing game out there. You know, this one's more similar to its predecessor. You know, it's going to be a big crossover game. They could have had a message, like they could have had a better message like that maybe, and it would have gone over well. They could have been like, yeah, we want to, you know, we made this game for, you know, for Mario Kart 8 fans and for Nintendo fans who really enjoyed Mario Kart 8, and we hope they'll enjoy this game as well. Something like that. But they decided to be very stupid, and they pissed off the Nintendo fans. So, and then there's just people who may not be huge Nintendo fans like myself, but they recognize that the game didn't look like it was worth playing, which it's not. It looks like a very cheap, low budget game that they charged $70 for, and it's got just a bunch of random characters like SpongeBob, the guy from Yakuza or whatever with the dumb looking afro. It just has these ridiculous looking characters. So it's like, okay, yeah, no thank you. Anyways, yeah, so that's another big win right there for Nintendo, is Mario Kart World having a 90% attachment rate despite being $80. and just absolutely destroying Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, even though people were acting like that game was better. But that's just the internet talking. Then we got this, Nintendo Switch 2 boost mode that was given to us very recently. I haven't gotten a chance to use it and experience it, but the whole internet, the whole world was just raving about it, and it was like, wow, this is a game changer. This changes everything. It greatly enhances the visuals of original Nintendo Switch games. These games look amazing. The resolution is much better, much sharper. And yeah, that was like a huge thing. So hopefully that drove the sales a little bit and caused more people to want to buy Switch games to play on their Nintendo Switch too. So that was another big one right there. We got the Mario Galaxy movie coming out really soon. And it's more and more people are just raving about that and excited. And there's a lot of belief that there's going to be so many different Nintendo characters, not just, characters from the Mario universe. People think there's going to be Star Fox. I think apparently, supposedly, it was confirmed that Pikmin will be in it. Pikmin, which makes sense because, Oliver, the main guy that you play as, is an astronaut. So that actually makes a lot of sense. Makes me wonder if we're going to see Kirby or Planet Popstar, something like that. Which would be so freaking awesome if we do. Imagine if we see Meta Knight or something. That would be so freaking wicked. That would be so awesome. And it's looking like Super Mario Galaxy is going to be the movie that basically opens up, I guess, Pandora's box when it comes to Nintendo. I don't know. It's gonna open up every single door to all of these other Nintendo franchises. And it makes sense. It's like, yeah, start promoting, use this movie in order to promote these other Nintendo franchises and get people interested and invested in them. And that's going to be really freaking awesome. I mean, who would not want a Star Fox movie, a Kirby movie? Definitely want a Kirby movie. Pikmin movie. We did see that random Pikmin video called Closer to You. And I think it was brought up in Nintendo's investors meeting or something, or a financial report. People asked that question, like, hey, when are we going to get more news about that and what that was? And I guess Nintendo didn't really reveal what's going on there, but maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is, and maybe it's because they're going to show the Pikmin, they're going to introduce them in the movie. Who knows? I wonder if that one scene, well, I don't know. I was going to say I wonder that the video that we saw that's going to be in the movie, but I doubt it. But yeah, there's a lot of big W's right now for Nintendo. A lot of big wins, I think, forgot to mention this, but Pokemon Piccopia actually helped, push more units. So more people bought Nintendo Switch 2 just for Pokemon Piccopia. It was like in Japan, man, it went from 65,000 Switch 2s in a week to the next week being 120,000, something really big like that. So yeah, it's also, driving more Switch 2 sales as well. So a lot of W's right now. Nintendo is taking a lot of big wins. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know if there's anything I forgot. What other big, victories have Nintendo gotten recently that I didn't mention here? And I will gladly talk with each and every single one of you. Make sure you promote the video. Make sure you leave as many comments as possible. Hit like, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will talk to you all later.